Well, we are extending the broadcast for one simple reason is Inna Lillahi wa Inna Ilaihi Raji'un. And this morning we have learned of the sad news and that Mohammad Nambani, rahimahumullah, has been murdered at the last stopped taxi rank in the CBD of Kimberly. Now, at that point in time when the news had broken out, there wasn't much information, and hopefully we will be able to get a lot more information. And the request upfront is to make dua for the deceased, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fill his qabr with nur. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him forgiveness and the highest stages in Jannah, inshallah. Now, this was a young man, Muhammad Nambani. He spoke at the last South African Black Muslims conference about his life in jail, how his life is actually turned around. And we had the opportunity of interviewing right here on Aslam Media as well. But right now, we're going across to be joined by the chairperson of the Galeshewe Muslim Association, Brother Aslam Tawana. Brother Aslam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jummah Mubarak to you and welcome.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And Juma to you, Brother Inayet, as well as the listeners of Salam Media.
Yes, now, Brother Aslam, clearly, sadly, we learned the passing away and the murder of Muhammad Nambani, a young man. We know he held so much promise and amazing when we interviewed him on Salam Media as well in terms of how his life had turned around. Sadly, this murder has actually ended the life of a young person who turned his life around and had so much to contribute to the Muslim Ummah at large.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. It is indeed a sad state of affairs that last night we learned of the murder of Muhammad Nambani at the taxi rank yesterday in Kimberley. We are not sure exactly what the details are, but it seems like he was murdered and his belongings were taken. His bag was taken, as well as his cell phone. And those who were witnessing what happened, it looks like someone who knew him, and they left with those things. And his bicycle, a very, very expensive bicycle that he used to ride, was then brought to the family, and that was brought to the attention of the family. And we were let known to say that this is what happened to Brother Muhammad Nambani. Indeed, a very promising young man, a young man that I had taken under my wing, and we had been mentoring him from the time that he had returned from prison. He then approached me. We then had a discussion, and then everything about his life, we then got involved in it. He told me about his studies and how he had changed his life and how he needed to pursue a few things. And we had put so much effort in all the aspects of what he was about to do. He was about to get married. How we assisted him, to tell him what is the processes that need to be followed. What are the processes and the African customs that we do as well? By sending the malumes to the in-laws, to go ask for the hand of the bride, and all those type of things. Business support, we used to give him all the business support that we can get him as much as possible, and to encourage him to continue with his studies, because when he had came out of prison, he had just finished his first year of the degree that he was pursuing. He had finished his matric in jail. He then started with the first year of studies, which he completed, year one at UNISA. And we were just talking about him re-entering that university space so that he can continue with his studies, but also to assist him to put together his business. And Alhamdulillah, we managed to see that this type of young man is really an activist, and he has really turned around his life, and he really wants to give back to society. And Muhammad Nambani was really a person who was involved in all activities of the Galeshewe Muslim Association, actively involved in all the programs that we are having. We had given him certain responsibilities that he had carried out within the ex-convicts. He has been doing a lot of work, trying to bring them on a path of saying, if you are coming out of prison, these are the opportunities that can be created, having a good relationship with correctional services, in terms of all the parolees and all the people who had come out of jail. And he had done a lot of work. And as you know that he had attended both the South African Black Muslim Conference in 2019, as well as the one that was held last year in 2022. So he's really a person who's been active, involved in all the activities of of the community in Galeshewe, all the Muslim activities that we're having in Galeshewe. And it is such a sad case that it's not long that he's married, maybe 2.5 years. I mean, and his new baby was born just about 2 months ago, and it's such a sad thing. We make dua that Allah Subhanahu wa Taala forgive all his sins, and he received the highest stage in Jannah, inshallah. But this is a real loss to society. It's not just a loss for the Muslim community of Galeshewe, for Kimberly, but it's a loss for the community in general, because he was doing such a lot of good work, and he was also very active in various community structures over and above the Muslim structures and the Islamic structures in our community.
Yes, brother Aslam. In fact, our thoughts, our heart actually goes out to for brother Muhammad, and also to his family as well. That Allah Subhanahu wa Taala grant them strength and sabr at a time like this. It's a very difficult moment, as you mentioned, a little baby. But we heard that he was shot last night. But we take heart, in Allah Subhanahu wa Taala taking him away on the night of Jum'ah, and for all the work that he done, for the wonderful person that he was, for the time that he's turned around. And we all know that we are not going to live in this world forever. It's our end that matters, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take us with iman. And Brother Muhammad
Amen.
had the honor of passing away on the night of Jum'ah. And we are reminded by our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam about a Muslim who passed away on the day on the day or the night of Friday. Allah will protect him from the trial, from the fitna of the qabr as well. So in that sense, he is a martyr, he is a shaheed, and he is very, very fortunate that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taken him away on this night of Jummah.
Yes, Alhamdulillah. Indeed, it is a fortunate thing. When I just got the elan about his passing last night, that is the first thing that came to mind to say, it is the night of Jummah. Such a Mubarak night, and it's such a Mubarak night for us as Muslims. And he has passed away in that. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for him in his qabr and in the year after, inshallah.
Inshallah. So at this point in time, things are still very sketchy. We still don't know, have much information.
Yeah, they're very, very sketchy, and but we're busy preparing now, inshallah, to arrange for the janaza. But as you know, this is also a police case. So our coordinator in the Galeshewe Muslim Association is now currently at the family. I was just waiting for this interview to take care of the interview, so that I can also rush to the family, so that we can do the final preparations, inshallah.
Well, inshallah, Allah Ta'ala make it easy for you as well, and everyone else at the Galeshewe Muslim Association in dealing and coping with the situation, Brother Aslam. But also, please, when you are going to the family, please pass our special condolences, our du'as as well to the family, that they are in our thoughts, in our minds, our du'as over the family. Allah grant them the highest level of sabr at this point in time, and our du'as are with Marhoom Mohammad Nambani, rahimahumullah, as well, inshallah.
Inshallah, we will definitely do that. And we also want to say to Salam Media, and especially to Ponti Moletane, to say Jazakallah for all the coverage that he has done on Muhammad Nambani. I remember after him having spoken at a conference, he then requested us to ask him to come on the radio so that he can speak about that program, and he could be put on the radio. So we also thank Salam Media for all the efforts that you have done with regards to the life of Muhammad Nambani, because it's such an inspirational life, for everybody to can listen to a life, to say that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you a second chance in life, you grab it with both hands and you turn it around. I remember us sitting in my private office at home preparing for this interview, so that when he gets in, because the young man was nervous, it was going to be his first time to you on the radio. But as you know, that interview went smoothly. Alhamdulillah, shukr, alhamdulillah.
Well, always a pleasure. And at Salam Media, Alhamdulillah, we are always there to support and obviously to highlight the inspiration, because it is through people like Marhoom Mohammad Nambani that many thousands and thousands of our listeners and viewers can get inspired as well. So, Jazakallah for that once again. And have yourself a wonderful Jummah as well, filled with the mercy and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, brother Aslam.
Jazakallah, we just hope that the work of Muhammad Nambani amongst the ex-convicts will not stop now. It will continue. And we request that the Department of Correctional Services, in conjunction with the Galeshewe Muslim Association, can assist us so that we can take forward the dream of Muhammad Nambani, so that we can be able to assist ex-convicts, especially ex-convicts, Muslim ex-convicts, to assist them to turn their lives around. But in addition to the ex-Muslim convicts, also just convicts, so that they can be able to see the second chance that they've been given in life, and they can grab it with both hands, inshallah. Barakallahu fikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother Aslam Tawana, the chairperson of the Galeshewe Muslim Association, the sad passing away of Brother Muhammad Nambani. And inshallah, once we get a lot more information on the circumstances surrounding his murder, we definitely will do a follow up broadcast. But for now, I'm going to be signing off. It's been the end of another edition of News and Views right here on Salam Media. Wonderful being in your company, our listeners, our viewers on the various platforms, Salam Media, and also on One Nation 88.9 FM. It was wonderful having you. Have yourself a great Jummah, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.